or to a local news reporter or post it on a Facebook site or a website and everything else. When it gets to that point, it's always best to go back to the basics. Go back to the day the disappearance happened. You personally track those people down, see what they're doing with their lives 20 years later, and talk it all out again. See if they'll talk. What will they say? Do their stories remain the same? That's the best place. Anytime you ever get stuck with these disappearances, the best thing to do is go back to step one and start again. Now, for newer disappearances, even I would say, if it's a new disappearance like that just happened a month ago, you have to let law enforcement, you have to give them time. You have to give them time. And my opinion is once it gets to about that 6-month mark, 8-month mark, and there really hasn't been much going on, and you're starting to notice that they're not returning your phone calls as quickly, then you start having to, the next time you do talk to the investigator, you have to start setting timelines. I appreciate all your work, Detective Smith, but here's what's going to happen. I'm going to give you a month. You do what you can. And then I'm really going to start getting out there and talk to all these people. I'm going to bring up your name. Here's what's been going on. You're not returning my phone calls. I'm going to do it nicely. I'm not going to swear at you or anything else. I'm not going to trash your name. I'm just going to state the facts. That's what I would do. My biggest issue is that too many families, they listen to police too much. I get it in the first 6 months, but you get out to 2 years, 3 years, and they're still police are still telling you, we don't think you should go to the press. We're working on it. All they're doing is looking out for themselves. That's all they're doing. They're just trying to get retirement without their name being in the paper. You can't let that happen. And I think that if people maybe listen to the program, maybe watch some of these live shows, we've given enough tips and everything over the years how to get them started. And I will be honest that even some people who haven't been on the program for one reason or the other, I will give those people some suggestions as well. For free. We do all this for free. So that's the best thing I got for you, Stephanie. Maybe a little more of a technical question on your part. It's hard to answer because it depends how old the disappearance is and everything that's gone on. It's just a hard question to specifically answer. All right, this Friday, we are going to Dothan, Alabama, for the disappearance of Jefferson Ryles Chapman, and we will be referring to him as Ryles in the interview. The guest will be Ryles' father, Wes Chapman, and Wes is a guy I've known for a while. I think I first started talking to him about a year ago, and I'm glad we could finally get together on an interview. This disappearance happened December 18th, 2013, so almost 7 years ago. And this disappearance's title is going to be called By Mistake. The general facts of Ryles' disappearance is Ryles, we were just talking about drugs. He had some drug issues in his life. He was a father of two, but at the time of his disappearance, he was living on his parents' property they have a little bungalow or something that had a bedroom and a bathroom, shower out by their pool. Must be a nice property. And Ryles was living out there on the property. And Wes had some rules about what Ryles could do there and who could come over, and because it's Wes's property. And what happened was Wes came home one day and saw a car in the driveway, thinking that this was one of the people who was not allowed to be at the house. And Wes got out of his car, pulled in, went back to the pool house where Ryles was, thinking that Wes thought that he would catch his son and this other person back there, and this person shouldn't have been there. Turns out that Ryles was by himself, and he wouldn't let Wes into this little hut, bungalow, whatever is, maybe a pool house, casita. And it had like 2 doors, and Wes would go to one side, Ryles would go to the other side. Well, eventually Ryles ended up running out while Wes was on one side, Ryles ran off the other side, ran out into the front yard, into the street, wearing nothing but shorts, no shoes, no shirt, took off down the street, never to be seen again. However, 4 months after that, a young woman who knew Ryles, but did not know that he was missing, allegedly saw him in Panama City Beach in March of 2014. And at the time, she didn't know he was missing. She saw him. They talked. Him being missing never came up. The only thing he did say, allegedly, at the end of the conversation was, "Don't tell my mom and dad you saw me." And she didn't know what that meant. And it wasn't until later, after this encounter, that she found out that Ryles was missing and relayed that story to her family. And the story got back to Ryles' family. But it turned out the reason this is called by mistake is because the car in the driveway that day at Wes's was not one of Ryles' shady friends. It was actually the car of one of the other sons' girlfriend. And it very well could be that this disappearance was started by mistake. That's why it's called that. So you will get that on Friday. It will be coming out, I believe, at the regular time, 2 p.m. Eastern. And Wes did a great job. We don't have too many male guests on the program, but we'll have another one. And that's it. Once again, Ryles Chapman, Dothan, Alabama, December 18th, 2013. Guest is his father, Wes. It's called By Mistake. Betty says, emotions are high. Read a lot of compliments. I think it's appropriate. Good decision on your part. Just made some enemies. Dread says, drugs are bad. Yeah, Delane, thank you for being so vigilant about the discussion group. Puma, I get tired of the armchair detectives that come out in certain threads. You know,